Hi, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and wanted to address the stress that's going on in our world. We are in a crisis, and we're in a crisis on numerous fronts. So we're all familiar with the virus and the possibility of contracting the virus and getting sick and having a life-threatening illness. The virus is also affecting the economy in a very profound way. People are losing their jobs, they're going on unemployment, people are losing their businesses, etc. There's a sort of a community crisis that's happening. People can't be together anymore. They can't spend time, the basic interactions with people, human touch, exchanging bacteria that we do that keeps us healthy. Connection is so important. It's actually part of who we are. It's wired into us as a species because cooperative societies are more successful. We know I'm much better working in a group than I am out on my own. So that now is being challenged. So what's interesting about that is that all of these challenges, the crises and life and death situations, this is stuff that we deal with at the sanctuary all the time. And just as in the crisis is showing us right now that when we are in poor overall health, we are much more susceptible to the virus. Just like when our health affects our mental health. Our physical health will affect our mental health affects our physical health. So we look at the need for holistic measures as demonstrated by the virus, but there's an expression that says, as above, so below. I must heal. If I want to be the change and be an agent of change to help others go through this crisis, I need to heal myself. Healer, heal thyself. Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world, because if I have unhealed here, I'm going to be ineffective in healing out there. Actually, I'm more likely to project it out there. So we know now that things like diabetes and obesity and other health conditions make people more susceptible to the virus. Well, that's the same thing with mental illness as well, and addiction. So the body and the mind are profoundly connected, and we've known this since the day we opened. And that's why our program is completely holistic. We have a body program that is very profound because we know that serotonin is manufactured in the gut, and it's not just a neurotransmitter, it does many things throughout the body. And so sure, a lot of people going on SSRIs, and that may be necessary, but if I'm not taking care of the production plant, then I'm missing an opportunity. Why supplement with a drug when I can augment and with the food? So that's why we're very focused on our food. We're very focused on the supplements that we have. What goes on in our brain is 95% unconscious. So that's where all of our unhealed stuff lives. That's where PTSD lives. All of the decisions that we make in time of stress live in the limbic brain. So they're invisible to me most of the time. A lot of these things are coming up now because they're being triggered just the same way that as I move through life, these things get triggered. Well, I have to get back to them here because my limbic brain is affecting my physical health in a really profound way. If I am in perpetual fight or flight, I'm never going to be nourishing my vital organs and my immune system. And I will degenerate over time, sending signals to my brain that I'm not okay. And this creates a downward spiral loop. So where do we go from there? We go to addiction, or psych meds, or just some way to feel better. And rightly so. Then we talk about the soul, and this is a very important part of us because it's the place where we assign meaning and where we can understand meaning. What does my life mean? What are my values? And do the activities of my daily life move me closer to my intrinsic inherent value system, or do they move me further away? If they move me further away, I'm going to feel more and more anxious, more and more depressed, more and more inclined to medicate in some way, be it with food or drugs or pharmaceuticals or overwork, you fill in the blank. And then we have this greater connection. So that's the spirit, body, mind, soul, spirit. And in every tradition, in every recovery tradition, there's a higher power. There's some sort of something greater than us. We at the Sanctuary look at that in a scientific way. Hey, there are electromagnetic fields that impact us. And nature has one, and synthetic ones, cell phones and radio waves and all those kinds of things do as well. So how do we connect to this greater field, because it influences my health in a very powerful way? And there's a ton of science around all of this stuff. So in working with a holistic process, my chances of getting through the virus are better. My chances of then overcoming my anxiety, depression, PTSD, addiction of any kind are substantially better. And we know that if a program isn't holistic, it's probably not going to work. And what holistic means is the whole thing. Yes, medication and meditation if you need medication. The interesting thing about these processes is they have to be integrated, just like we're trying to get ourselves integrate and align my body, mind, soul, spirit, get congruent. So my thoughts, words, and deeds are all lined up. I'm not saying one thing, thinking another, and doing another, because that's incongruent. That's what makes me sick. So I want to get in alignment, integrated. And in order to do that, I need to be in an integrated program. I can't just throw all these things together. They have to fit together in a seamless way where the sum is greater than the parts. And that's what we're doing at the Sanctuary, and that's what we've been doing. Our Sanctuary is in an isolated place. There's no place safer right now for the virus. We have very little traffic coming and going. There's 8 of our clinical staff that live on site, so they don't come and go. And yes, while it would be good to wait until everything is safe and air travel is completely open back up, there are people out there that aren't going to make it. And we're right here for you whenever the time is right. Pick up the phone, and we're happy to help in any way that we can. Thank you so much for taking the time, and many blessings and much empowerment and much personal authority and much health and wellness during this time.